AITA for being mad at my family faking an emergency. So for some background, my sister, 19F, and I, 21F, are both moved out from parents' home. We both don't live alone, however she lives closer to my parents while I am 3 hours away. To start, this first part happened last week. I was playing games with our friends, not realizing my sister was trying to call me for a while, and of course my family trying to contact my phone for about an hour before my sister gave me a heads up to let family know I am okay via Discord. I was stunned how I missed this many notifications because my phone is loud, and after resolving things with the family and talking to I saw that my phone was put on Do Not Disturb. I had forgotten to turn it off after a nap. Still, I acknowledged I messed up and worried everyone, and now hyper aware of my notifications. Here's where we get to the AITA. Tonight again I am playing games with my friends and I get a call from my father asking me if I had talked to my sister lately. We don't talk, so I was like, other than the group chat, no. He then asked if I can call her. I rang her twice with no answer, soon messaging my dad what is going on. He tells me that he got a message from her saying, help, and now isn't contacting anyone. I freaked the hell out. I dropped all my gaming friends and let my boyfriend know to keep them updated. Then I started messaging several of her close friends if they had contacted her lately. After about 30 minutes of this, my dad calls again and we talked about what we are going to do as she isn't at work nor at the apartment. Then a pause as I was about to suggest calling police. My father then said, she is standing right next to me. What? Yeah, she's standing right here. Doesn't feel good to be left in the dark, right? Single quote. I was rather pissed and emotional, so I basically sobbed on the phone, thankful she was safe, but so utterly mad. I managed to ask why, and their reason was to teach me a lesson from my fuck up and to mess with me. This felt so malicious and hurt me, so I said, I know I screwed up, but mine was on accident, yours was just being an ass. My father then said that no, I was an asshole and I was being too sensitive to the joke, that I deserved it for worrying them last week. He was mad, I was mad at him. So AITA. I felt like the two situations are really different. I accepted I messed up the first situation, but this one I felt I was justified cause it had intent to hurt, scare me. I just feel like I am just overreacting and at a loss. P.S. Sorry if formatting on mobile. NTA, for the record, you did not mess up the first time you've moved out. If you don't want to talk to them, you don't have to. Now on to the story. You described this sounds like manipulation. Your dad doesn't like you out of his reach, so he tried to scare you into it. That's not healthy or good. You're living away from them. You have a right to be independent from them. NTA, your family freaks out if you don't answer your phone for a few hours. What the fuck? You're a grown-ass adult who is allowed to have a life and ignore your phone whenever you want, and for whatever reason you want. The fact that they did this because for one afternoon you were not immediately available to them without notice is pretty fucking toxic. I think you should let them know that you're going to stop being as available to them. Then do so. Let them know you'll only check your messages and voicemails once or twice a week. When that will be. Then follow through. Set their individual ringtones to silent so you don't get notifications. Or, if absolutely necessary, set them on a schedule and block them at all other times. But damn, they pulled a really insane level of assholery over nothing. NTA, you're 21. You're allowed to not answer your phone immediately. What your family did was manipulative and mean. I'd go low to no contact with them, TBH. NTA, your father sounds like he's genuinely kind of a mean and nasty person. Is he usually controlling and weird like this? Sometimes people are assholes without thinking, but he clearly thought the whole thing through and planned it. In terms of your sister, she is an asshole too. just a bit less than your dad emo because she's still pretty young too, and if your parents are really dysfunctional like your dad, it can be harder for some people to have a clear perspective on what is or isn't acceptable, normal behavior. NTA. There's a difference between not being able to contact someone and being told they left a cryptic help, and then not being able to contact them. Not even in the same ballpark. What they did was malicious, and it was less to teach you a lesson and more to hurt you and make them feel better. What utter odds a lot of them are. I think the lesson you should take from this is to go low contact with your family for a while. NTA. Are they familiar with the tale of the boy who cried wolf? WTF. Absolutely NTA. That was a horribly atrocious prank to pull. Shame on them. NTA. This is a cruel prank. Completely unacceptable to mess with your emotions like that. You don't joke about emergencies. There are children's stories about this FFS. NTA up. And let's be honest, this wasn't a joke. Your dad wasn't laughing at the end, was he? This was your family of assholes out to teach you a lesson over a mistake you were already remorseful for. They don't realize it, but the only thing they have managed to do is destroy your trust in them. NTA. If I were you, I'd put them on notice. Your phone is likely to be off far more often from now. They have no right to insist you are always contactable at the exact moment they choose. That's some weird apron string stuff there. The prank they chose to play is juvenile and mean. This isn't just petty. This is emotional abuse. This is out of line. This is not okay. You are a grown-ass adult who lives on her own. You are gonna be hard to reach sometimes. Shit happens. Your father sounds like a controlling and I'd be damned if I ever let my family get away with this type of stunt. Do not subject yourself to this type of abuse. It's so not okay, and they need to know that. NTA. NTA. This sounds like it belongs on our petty revenge. Okay, we get it. What happened in the past upset you. But you don't go out of your way to manipulate and emotionally torture your son simply because you're miffed he turned his phone off. I don't know what your childhood was like, but if this is an example of how your parents have always behaved, you have my sympathies. If they try this sort of thing again, tell them it will be a lot longer before they hear from you. See how they like that, i.e. threaten to go no contact. NTA. Sounds like your family is a bit overly contact dependent. The type to get mad if it's a while before their calls, texts are returned. Sounds manipulative on their part. NTA. WTF. You made a mistake and owned up to it. There was no reason for them to be this malicious. Your family kinda sound like dicks. NTA. I don't think you're putting your phone on Do Not Disturb and leaving it on past your nap was a mistake that you had to apologize for. They want you to call at 10:30 every night and you did. Even that request is excessive, but then they get mad because they could not get you on the phone earlier. That was ridiculous. And then punishing you by lying to you and scaring you was mean and crazy. Maybe it is time for you to set some boundaries. NTA. Missing a phone call and not responding for an hour is not messing up. I think it is best that you remain harder to contact. Insisting on this level of availability is controlling. They need to know you have boundaries. NTA. What a shitty thing to do. You didn't purposefully not answer their calls. They absolutely meant to freak you out. Seems like a rather cruel and manipulative thing to do. Don't back down on this. You did nothing wrong here. They definitely did. This is horrible. You are NTA. Phones can break. Phones can malfunction. There is a difference between not being able to get somebody on the phone and somebody sending a help message. Your family doing this to you is just message up. Please stop answering the phone when they call altogether and wait for an apology. This is serious toxic behavior and can ruin your life. Please let those people go, as families shouldn't behave like that. NTA. I have to agree with many of the other comments. This is toxic, controlling behavior. You shouldn't feel obligated to text or call anyone at any specific times. You are an adult. If you are sick, going out partying, having sex, going to bed early, just don't feel like talking to anyone, or any of the millions of things that might keep you off your phone, you have the right to not contact them. It's time to set some boundaries and reduce contact. This was a horrific thing to do to someone, and they should know better. NTA. If my family did this, they would be blocked on everything except Facebook, which I rarely check. No calls, no texts, no Instagram DMs. Shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll get back to you in a week, or better yet, send me an email on my old email account and I'll get back to you if I ever go through those 10K unread emails.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.